Hello, everyone. Welcome again. You are watching the new episode of the podcast Hospitality as It Is, brought to you by Xenios Academy, the world's first fully gamified training app for hospitality professionals. My name is Igor Besermenji, and joining me today, again, like every previous time, is my colleague Marco Corallo. Marco, hi. Nice to have you again.
Hi, Igor. Thank you very much for the introduction. Hi, everyone. This is Marco Corallo from Hospitality as It Is, from Xenios Academy, where we are going to discuss very important topic for the hospitality industries and hospitality professionals, such as mental health awareness, integration, and
a lot of topics that actually can be discussed when it comes to hospitality. But the one we're going to talk about today is so important, and I feel both of us actually, we have to be very careful with how we approach it, because we're talking about female leadership in the Middle East. So, wow, I feel it's going to be a very interesting one. Joining us today as our guests are Ivana Hatezic. Sorry, I'm going to have to read this one. Country manager at Smart Vision Middle East. Okay.
It sounds more important. When you have
Right?
a team of 4 people, it sounds really good, but in practice, it's handling mics.
Ivana, it's great to have you today. Thank you.
you so much.
And Stasha Toncev, Chief Soul Kitchen Officer at 21 Grams. I'm sure you know about that one here in Dubai.
That's me, guilty.
Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having me on the show today.
Stasha, first things first, before we go to our topic today, congratulations on your nomination for Caterers Restaurateur of the Year.
Yes.
Wow.
And thank you so much. And that's the second year in a row that I have been nominated, and actually nominated and shortlisted among other, I believe, 7 or 8 nominees for the Restaurateur of the Year in the casual and fast food segment of the hospitality industry by the Caterer Middle East, which is one of the leading magazines in our industry, in the region.
So, because we're going to talk about female leadership in Middle East, do you feel like a true female leader in Dubai nowadays, after all the success that you've had with 21 Grams?
Depending on the day, to be very honest with you, but I do. I mean, obviously, I'm a woman. I have a big team that I care for. I have what is proving to be a successful business. So I guess I am the female or female leader in the true sense of that word. But, I think that word really means different things to different people. For me, is more of the opportunity for all of us, not just women, but men as well, to learn something. Because we are obviously different in many fields, but we always have a common ground, or it should be like that. And when it comes to leading, which I always connect to leading other people, right? The most important one is to take care of them. And in that segment as well, I feel that maybe women have even a tiny competitive advantage when it comes to men, because the empathy, which is a very important factor when it comes to leadership, comes somehow naturally to us. It's in our blood, in our genes, in the number of our chromosomes, name it. But yeah, that's it. And, I always, as much people would say, oh, leaders, they need to be strong, knowledgeable, skilled, this and that, bold, smart, quick. It's really that you hear that they should be empathic. And I always been, I am, and I do that, and, with a lot of pride.
Yeah, that's very important to emphasize. Thank you for that.
Yes, and I believe this is the only difference if you put the group of men and women and female and male leaders. The difference is only in the measure of empathy we have, which, as I already said, like we maybe just have a tiny advantage because it comes more naturally to us as women.
Yeah, thank you. And Ivana, what is female leadership for you today in the Middle East? Like, how do you perceive it?
I'm the wrong person for that. No, just joking. To be honest, it's a very sensitive topic.
Of course.
Because you can always be perceived wrongly. And it's always putting in some kind of gendered stereotypes. Just we are more empathic.
A lot of labeling.
We are born to be mothers, so we are good in pampering, in hospitality. We need to, in modern times, leverage our traditional roles with something that is modern, being good in career and everything. So we are good in Dubai hospitality, because Dubai hospitality is all about leveraging traditional and modern and everything. And this is really strongly. I've read some articles preparing for this. I'm a geek. I read some articles about actually all the ladies that are CEOs or any form of leaders in Dubai, Middle Eastern hospitality. And all of them said the same. It's all about common sense, logic, empathy, how you lead people, what is the mark you're leaving on the market, how do you develop your people, and that's it. How you lead it, never mind. The road towards the leadership is actually, that's hard. Mm-hmm. Glass ceilings, prejudice and everything. Do we need to fight more? Maybe. I don't know. There are prejudice for both sex, so it's whatever. But at the end of the day, leadership is the same. It's the same process.
Exactly.
You do the same thing. Do you become Lady Macbeth and you need to renounce some of your female characteristics? Maybe, maybe not. That's up to the person. Just need to find your way.
And I would like to add, like, I'm sure that none of us ever wake up and say, oh, I'm a female leader, or this is my responsibility as a female
Maybe
leader.
you don't.
Or, okay, yes, yeah, exactly. I do not. I never put my gender as, something important for my role in life, any role in my life, whether I'm a mother, daughter, sister, wife, whatever is the thing, it's not exclusive thing for a women only. And now maybe a lot of women would say, like, oh, Stasha, what you're saying, but if we really want to see to be equal with men, then we just need to take our gender and everything that comes with that effortlessly, naturally. Yes. We don't have to really constantly go and putting the spotlight and say, okay, I'm a woman, I do this, I can do this. It should be like the default. And if I take it like that, if I don't question it, then you guys won't question it either. At least that's my experience. And for the past 20 years of my career and 15 in Dubai, in this country, I never ever faced a single issue or an obstacle because I'm a woman. Partially because Dubai, it is a hub of diversity and inclusivity and so many other things, but partially because I'm that person as well, and my personality would never allow anyone to take me for granted only because I'm a woman. Or that's...
Yeah,
I would like just to jump in. Sorry.
Yes, please.
I need to do this.
As we said, you're taking over the podcast from this moment.
I'll give you some chances for next question.
You're free to go. Maybe we are lucky. For example, personally, my life story, I come from the family that is matriarchs. I have very strong female role models. My grandma was a blind single mother. Her path was very difficult, and I had maybe luck. Maybe we come together. We are coming from the culture and from the country where you can be whatever you want, do whatever you want. You have the right to your education, to professional development, and never during my entire professional career and during my personal life, never have I ever felt like I am endangered by some guy, there is some inequality or something like that. First time I felt that is when I came to the boxing gym, where I met my husband. I'm one of those people. Then I learned that we are not the same, but we can be equal. And that's the difference. That's actually the difference.
Yeah, very important.
The only thing when I felt that something is different, and now coming to Dubai, we're here only 1 year, me and the company.
But we don't have to be the same to be great. For me, that's the point. We are not the same, and we should, equal in rights, yes. But I feel that sometimes that equality in rights translates to like that people do expect, and women from themselves as well do expect to be same like men. But
I still want my husband to carry the bags from the grocery store.
yeah, and his body has been designed for that.
Look,
let him do it.
Look, I do weights. No, I can squat, but I don't want to carry bags.
Fair enough.
But Stasha, is hospitality industry male-dominated industry or not? Marco and me, and we've been discussing this with other people too, it seems like there is a lot of different opinions. How is it in the Middle East?
I have numbers.
Is there male domination
I've learned the
in
numbers.
hospitality?
I mean, not just in Middle East, but globally
Yes.
it is. But because I think it's very important, I've been feeling that very often the spotlight and a bit of the blame goes to the industry itself. Why we don't see that many women in the hospitality industry, whether it's the entry-level positions or senior positions, we simply don't. I mean, it's growing. We are there. There are a certain percentage of us being very successful in hospitality industry. Yet, yes, many more men. But what I want to say is that it's not a blame of the industry. The rules are there. They've been set for forever. It's more what and how society supports women to pursue a career in hospitality. Because hospitality is a tough game. It's a hard game. And for all the women that traditionally have all the other roles, mother, daughter, wife, family pillar, whatnot, it's very hard to be in hospitality industry. It is. I'm not saying we can't. We can, obviously. Look at me. You can be successful, but it's very hard. It really requires lots of support from your close people and from society as well. So from one end, I really needed support from my husband, from my family to understand why I'm not there on Christmas, why I'm not there on the Sunday family lunch. I mean, it's simple things, but it's very hard. My parents still can't process why I'm not at home with my husband on the Christmas day, why I have to be in my restaurant, and why is that it's important for me and my team and my business and whatnot. They still can't process it. So that support that we receive to be something in the industry that is hard, that it's dominated by men, but for a reason. Because traditionally it was easier for men to be in this industry. If nothing else, physically, we are talking about 14 to 16 hours, sometimes for weeks. Marco, you've been in the hospitality industry, you know what I'm talking. And, our nature is to be more gentle. We are strong. I'm not saying that you're strong. We can run long as you guys, quick like you guys, but our bodies, our minds, I believe, are meant to take care of other people and achieve something in life in a slightly different way than men. And in that sense, it's really more of the choice of every woman whether the hospitality industry is a good fit for her or not. I really feel, to be very honest, I have hospitality experience only in Dubai. I come from marketing and events industry. This is what I did back home in Serbia. And I always felt that hospitality industry here has been welcoming to women. It was not closing the doors for women, whoever wants to come.
Yes.
I absolutely never experienced, any sort of hard time only because I'm a woman. No, I actually think I was more in demand because I'm a woman. But is it easy to stay in the game? It's not.
But based on everything that you said, do you think that the working in the hospitality industry actually takes away more from women than it does from men? Speaking about private life, hobbies.
It takes equally, but the thing is
Perception. Sorry.
Exactly. It's the perception of the society. Because it's okay for a father not to spend 15 hours with his kid, but it's not okay for a mother not to spend 15 hours with her kid, right? It's okay for...
The perception is
Exactly.
very different.
It's okay for a man not to be that much at the family gatherings or whatever. It's okay for a man, so many things, but somehow it's not okay for a woman. And then in that sense, this is where I, scream and say,
Yes.
support your women, support your girls to be equal in the industry or in any job that maybe it's more supporting for men than for women. In that sense, because any women can nail what
man does.
What man does, especially in this industry. And we know there are fantastic female chefs, restaurateurs, sommeliers, name it. It's only it really comes down like what is the response for their work on the outside world.
And I love how you say that this is also depends on how you portray yourself and how you bring the perception. Like you take being a female leader in this industry, you take it effortlessly. You don't put as much weight as other people or society does to it. You do it because you created your job, and it doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, it's a job.
Yes. And it doesn't matter.
For me, it's not just a job. Sorry.
It's a life.
It's a life. It's a
Yes.
dream. It's really more than job. I really don't
I
have.
sounded like Jokic now.
Yeah, sorry.
The job is done, I'm
sorry.
going home.
Job is done. No.
Guys, we
no.
have 3 Serbians in this studio.
Exactly.
Sorry, Marco.
No, it's a life.
I
I love
the
it.
basketball finals because of
Oh,
this
yes.
podcast. Please give us some credit for that.
Who's playing in the final, by the way? I'm sorry.
Canada and Serbia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No,
For
it's
semi-final.
Germans.
Serbia and Germany.
Sorry.
yeah.
Go Serbia.
Yes.
Sorry.
Go
What we were
Serbia.
talking about. Yes, about being effortless.
Yes.
Isn't that the whole point of leadership?
Absolutely.
And leading by example. You do things by doing them, not by talking about them,
Yes.
not about highlighting this or that. You do things, you prove you can do it, you do it well, you make other people feel good about themselves, about their jobs, about the product or service they're consuming and you're creating for them.
Done. Yeah.
That's it.
And what I like as well that you say something
I just
so
myself.
but you
thought
say
in-
something so
inside of me.
refreshing on the topic when you said it's okay to be different as far as we are equal, and that's the most important, because now more than ever I think leadership doesn't have a required standards of leadership. It doesn't matter. There are so many good leadership styles that they can fit a team, especially in hospitality. So it doesn't really matter on the gender or the background or anything. It depends from the leadership
But
style.
actually, this is that evolution we're talking about.
Yes.
20 years ago, everything was about Wolf from the Wall Street.
Yes.
So the ladies who were in the leadership positions, who were, for example, in sales, they needed to be one of the guys. They needed to have compasses. They needed to be... Then during the years of work, we soften it a little bit. We spread it. We made the diversity. So you can be gentle. You can be... To have an empathy, to be considerate, to be everything you want to be, and still be a leader, still be successful leader. So what I wanted just to jump in, when we are talking about female leadership in Middle East, I need to use my numbers. I have been prepared for this, so I need to give me opportunity. Just joking, but actually, I was reading about percentage of female as leaders in hospitality globally. In 2022, it was 20%. In the Middle East, in Dubai, it's 16%. Having in mind surrounding culture and everything, this is actually pretty much the same. If you compare it to a tech industry, 25 to 28% of leaders are females, and it's dropping. So it's pretty much, when we're talking about a leadership, 1/4 are ladies. This is for now. This is changing the game, but it's still, not too much.
Yes.
It's work in progress.
But isn't that in hospitality or in general?
In
Business?
hospitality. But the percentage is
Yeah, it's great that you're
pretty
mentioning
much-
this because
it's pretty
this
much the same.
episode is actually part of the first 4 episodes of our podcast, which focuses on the Middle East. So my next question for you would be, what made you pursue a career here in this region? I know that you've been here for the last year, Ivana, right?
Last
so
week
what,
was the
what
first
brought
year.
you here?
What brought me here?
Yeah.
Oh, this is not the answer is not for female leadership.
Oh, okay.
Let's to be honest. 5 years ago, I did a slightly shift of the career path from public relations and lobbying. I came to something that is more oriented to sales marketing, retail marketing. Our idea, me and my husband, we wanted just to go away from Serbia to find somewhere else. He's a boxing coach. And for him in Serbia, it's not, when you're working something that you really love and you don't have a perspective in that, you feel bad, then you're trying to find some other.
Understandable.
So actually, this market in China was his goal market for further development of his career, and I was like, okay, I can do my job wherever. It's like marketing, hospitality, and everything. For me, it's like selling fog, so it's okay. No, just joking. But I was like, okay, you're going, I am going with you. For whoever gets the job first, will go. Break the ice, see the market, then the second one will follow. He was the first one who got the job. So actually my female leadership story is I'm following my man.
But was there
that's
any...
about
But
support.
that's very bold. That's very bold, and this is, what makes you a great leader. Maybe you were following someone, but doesn't mean that.
No, I'm not feeling like
you're
that.
losing.
No, the pressure is on him, to be honest. You were talking about the perception and everything. Whenever I'm traveling around or, I'm in the cab traveling, going to the airport, and I'm always talking with the taxi drivers, with people. Oh, you're traveling a lot. Yes, You have a husband? I said, yes. And he is at home. And he's living your travel. Why isn't he not traveling? The guys, my family is pretty much the same, especially ladies in the family. Like, you're working so hard and everything. And where is he? I'm like, he is like 13 hours at his job. And that's okay.
But was there any challenge that you have encountered that has to do with the fact that you are a woman here in the Middle East at your work? Like anything that you can remember?
Yes and no, but some of my clients are originally Middle Easterns, maybe a bit older, maybe a bit traditional. So they tend to first, when they're picking up the phone, to call my male colleague, the company owner, instead of me.
Oh,
Then
okay.
he directs to me. It's not a problem. Never mind that we had like 4 events, 4 projects before that are really good, that he's happy when he sees me. We talk professionally. Everything is good. Results and everything. I was actually, one time I came and I said, okay, are you not satisfied with my work? Is there any kind of problem? Our results are not good or whatever? And he was like, no, I really love you. I really love you, but that's just my nature. Maybe maybe only...
It's just a habit, right,
Yes,
that they have here.
maybe habits. Maybe just...
But do you feel that you're dealing with that like in a good way? You feel good about yourself when you're dealing with that, with these kind of situations?
I always feel good about myself.
Like, do you like handle them very well? You're at peace with yourself, let's say.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Maybe I need to be a little bit more formal, like more serious. I cannot do this, I cannot do this. I'm pretty open, I like to lead, like, by example, not being too formal, this is something I love to do. And this is a very fun game with the good results for me. And I need to go a little bit formal with this, at least at the beginning. Now that was something that was happening for first 6 months. When they get used to me, it's completely different. I mean, anytime, this is actually the first time I realized when you're beginning a job, business, this is my first time I'm from ground zero building the company. From ground zero on the market personally and professionally. My first day in Dubai was company's first day in Dubai. So every day for the last 365 days was something new for me.
Yes.
Breaking the boundaries, pushing myself. And I'm 44. I'm too old for this game, but okay. And I am. It's not my head, it's my body.
No.
I saw this reaction before the noise came out.
Yeah, but to be honest, it is challenging to change your life when you are 40, 50.
Just don't say old. Don't put 40s and the word old in the same
I'm
sentence.
comparing two 20s, for example. When I was
Yes, you're
20,
older than you were in 20s.
this is what I'm trying to say.
Let's
Yes,
stick to that.
yes.
But still 40s are the new 30s, so this is how we go.
Yes,
with
yes.
it.
But look,
We
my
can.
grandma was celebrating her 35 for 25 years, so this is just a number.
I'm in 40s as well, slightly behind you, but I feel I just started. So,
Amazing. And you have just won like the 21 Grand Slams. Would you like to pronounce the award, Marco? Because you're more familiar with that than me.
So
Italian to Italian to pronounce French words.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
very
thank
brave.
I
you,
can
I
try,
appreciate it.
but I think you would be better at that.
Thank you
Save
so
them and
much.
sell it
You're putting me
yourself.
on the
Save
spot
them.
right now, so I'm
Save
sorry for my French, but Bib
Pardon my
Gourmand.
French.
Am I-
Michelin,
Oh, allez.
Michelin,
Well
Bib
done.
Gourmand.
Yes,
Well,
congratulations.
thank you
Great
so-
achievements.
It is.
It is.
Indeed. It is indeed, considering, especially considering how we started and where we came from there. It's a huge achievement because, there is millions of people dreaming of this
Yes.
award, of this
Yes.
recognition. And at the time when we started as a tiny Balkan restaurant of 25 chairs in Dubai, so talking about completely unknown cuisine, really tiny business format and, very humble business plan, no celebrity chefs, nothing bling, which especially at that time was...
The
very-
go-to strategy in
yeah.
Dubai.
Yes. I mean, everyone I talked to at that time told me not to do this, except for my husband and one close friend of mine. So literally 2 people supported me, and then my partner, female partner, came on board, supported me as well. But that was it. So having such a humble beginnings and coming to Michelin Bib Gourmand in 5 years.
Yes, that's massive.
It's massive. And in the meantime, we survived COVID in our essential 3rd year, which is usually a very important year for any business. And it was for us. It started as the strongest year ever. And then we were shut down in a second, like many others. But, it's a very different story if you are already fully fledged business of 10 or 15 or 20 years there, or if you just started and someone just shut the doors in front of you. So we survived the COVID. From COVID, we moved to another location and so on and so on. And in all these challenges and changes, we still came out as a Michelin recognized restaurant.
Yes.
And we brought the glory, let me say it like that. We brought glory to a homegrown team, to a homegrown concept, which is a big thing here in Dubai, but we brought the glory for Balkan cuisine and culture. So but it is.
Yes.
We are the only Balkan restaurant outside of the Balkan that has been Michelin recognized.
That's amazing.
But can you tell us more about the award, Bib Gourmand?
Okay,
Bib
Bib
Gourmand.
Gourmand is the recognition for the restaurants that are serving great food at great prices. So this is the definition of the award itself. It has been introduced by Michelin in order to recognize more casual restaurants, because traditionally Michelin was, looking at more high-end restaurants, and obviously restaurants that come with a hefty price tag and are not for everyone. And then at one point, people say, hey, there are so many great restaurants in the world that are more casual, more affordable. What about them? So then they introduced this recognition, and we obviously are one of these restaurants that are recognized for great food, great prices, which it's somehow, I really like that award more than stars, more than any other, because it's a praise to our entire concept, to our entire hard work, not just for the food, but what we do, how accessible we are to others. This is very important. I mean, prices are always very sensitive because everyone is trying to pull to his end, and if you are able to give that great experience that we are trying to do at good prices that are affordable and acceptable for our audience, then we are doing a great job. And then it's even better when someone comes like Michelin,
Yes.
the infamous Red Book guys, and they come and say yes, seal of approval.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you say this is an achievement of a homegrown team, which is something that at Xenios Academy we really value in terms of like what we're trying to build is team that really grow within and they are knowledgeable and they are engaging, and we're trying to reduce as much as possible turnover for companies, you know, really empowering the employees in hospitality to stay and grow within the team. So can you tell us a little bit more about your homegrown team and how that brings the soul? Because you know, 21 Gram is serving Balkan soul food. It's all about the experience and the dishes.
And it's
right?
run by the soul team. Yeah. Trust me. The people of 21 Grams are really unique. Not because 21 Grams is my business or my restaurant, I work there, or because I interviewed these people and hired them, but really they're proving to be something really special over the years. We opened in 2018, so we still have quite few people from the pre-opening. That means 7 years later, our sous chef from the opening is now head chef of 21 Grams. Our head barista is still there. And these are the key people, and they are still with us. But what I really love about the team is that what not love, but respect. The thing is, 2017, I was Stasha Toncev that didn't have any proven track of record of opening restaurants or business or nothing. I just had a dream, a vision, a plan, a presentation, PowerPoint or keynote, I don't remember. And that was it.
Yes.
And based on that, I was able to gather a couple of super brave people to come and join me to open a Balkan restaurant in Dubai. And obviously, I could have not done without them. But, you know, at any point, whenever things were hard or, you know, you obviously have the hard times in any relationship, I would just go back to that moment when these people trusted me and trusted my idea and say, okay, we are with you in this. We are in this. And then, you know, like when people are looking for jobs, they would ask like, okay, what is the company? What they're doing? What is, you know, what's the history? And there was no history. There was no history. There was no big names. There was nothing. There was just one girl and her idea.
And a vision.
And that was it.
Yeah. And that's what makes it special, even more special nowadays.
And that people came, we saw the organic growth. We didn't see, obviously, people came and then laughed and whatnot, but it was very natural and very organic, only just for a better experience, for personal reasons or whatnot. So many people stayed, many new people came, but everyone was really passionate about what we are doing, and that makes whole difference. Everyone is enjoying the culture we created. That makes the difference. That makes difference for me as a leader, for them as a team members, as a family. That makes the whole difference for our guests because they experience that at the very end, experiencing their smiles and their energy and how they are good and comfortable in their skin under the roof of 21 Grams.
Yes, and just sorry. I am your client.
Yes. You are one of our regular guests.
Yes,
And
I'm always eating like this.
Yes.
I'm happy. But as a client and as a, let's say, partner, since we are working together on some projects, you can feel that from the people.
Yes.
This is whenever even when I come with some other people to introduce them to 21 Grams and everything for dinner, for lunch, whatever, they feel this homey atmosphere. You know, people are coming, introducing your stuff. Great team. That's very important. Actually, we in Smart Vision, when we are hiring people, very important is it's not about your professional career. We are not into rocket science. Everything can be learned. We are hiring person.
Yes.
And this is the step one. Step two is your knowledge. It comes, but we are hiring the person. And we are treating them as a person, which is very important. This is where you get a good team, a long-lasting team, and you give a good service. At the end of the day, you give a good service to your guests, to your clients, whoever is at the end of the other side.
It's important for them to give them a meaningful work.
Yes.
That they understand they're doing something with a purpose. And
To share the idea.
yes, and that's our sort of the common ground between many homegrown restaurants, because the homegrown restaurants here and businesses in general, they come from a very unique idea. They come from usually one or a couple of people have this unique idea with a very personal touch. And that's your only glue at the beginning. This is the only bait that you have to attract these people, to make them trust you. And then from there to create environments where they are happy with their jobs, where they're happy with themselves. That's definitely harder part. It's really harder part. But when you already have that rocky start, then this part is hard. It's a daily work. It's a daily grind where you really have to, just imagine any relationship in your life, wife, husband, it's a daily work. The same thing, just multiply by 10, 20, 30, 50, as many employees you have. So it's a really, really something, but, empathy and the amount of love you put in your team is the most important asset your business have.
Yeah, I think everything comes from leadership, because we are talking about leadership and the vision that comes from the leadership, the culture that you install in your companies.
Yes.
We are experiencing this at Xenios, coming from the top as well, from our leaders. It's exactly the same. Like, I think the culture that makes us really wants to come to work and doing because we feel that we are adding value to what there is a value to what we do.
But there is the shared, I would say, it is really like that. It's a shared space.
Yes.
Every culture comes from the leader or the founder. So we are sort of designers of it. But every culture is built together with your team and your community. It's a really synergy of this. There is no leader in this world. I'm sure that there is no leader that can create a good culture on his own.
No.
For
no.
sure.
Oh wow, that's true. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the end of
it.
the day, you're spending half of your waking hours with a certain team, with a certain people.
Yes.
You need to be. It needs to work.
Yes.
It needs to be. You
This
need to
is-
think the
and
same.
This is the leadership. Like this is where leadership comes in. Like, you don't have anything. There is no guarantees for anything. But it's your job to make things work.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
With
be
your
the
team, between your team members, with your customers. This is your job. This
So
is how I
essentially,
see it.
it's about balance, I would say, right?
Well, well, they say in life everything is about balance. How to achieve it? Definitely, I'm not a good person to answer that question, but yes. No, it's at the end of the day, it's really, leadership for me always equals teamwork.
Yes.
There is no one without other.
Yes.
I can't
For
be
sure.
a leader without team.
For sure.
You can lead
And
on
maybe
yourself.
you can be a good team without leader. You never know. I didn't try it, but
Yeah, but I think what you're doing now is proving to be good. So just keep going.
It does. It does. It's just. I think it's important for all of us to feel good about that.
Yes.
Whatever is. Do we get the awards or not? Are we praised as a good leaders or not? Just simply try to do the things to make them feel good. That's
Yeah.
so simple.
It's the same for everyone, whether you're a leader or not, when you wake up in the morning and you're happy, or just like, okay, it's a good day today, I'm going to work I'm going to my job, that's okay then. Everything is good. Whether you're a leader or no.
Well,
I want my people also in our team to be, okay, we are going to do something today, let's go to work. I mean, it's not always like that, of course, but I don't want to be, as a leader or our company, to be the source of not being happy coming to the job, to the office.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
the
shouldn't
situation.
You
Yes.
shouldn't do it. There is always
Yes.
a choice. This is
Yes, of course, but I don't want to work in an atmosphere where I would make a situation where somebody just wakes up in the morning and is like, oh my God, I cannot look at her this morning. It is okay to say, I don't want to work this anymore. I want another project. I don't want to work on this. I don't want to work on that. But,
Yeah, maybe you just need a break, and that's
but
it.
if you want, but with the people who are with you,
Yeah.
who are your team, you need to click together.
Yes, absolutely.
You need to click
You need
together.
to like each other as well. I often say that the interviews are like a speedy dates.
Yes.
And it should be like that. When I'm interviewing people, I actually am looking, do I like them? But not in a way that maybe people will think. But like I always try to discover if the communication with these people will be easy for me or not. And that's the most important thing. Like, and for me, like, if someone is likable to me or not, it's based on that how my communication is easy with them.
That's true. That's
Easy
true.
communication and honesty.
Yeah.
Yes.
There
Well
is.
done, integrity.
This
and
is
so
the
on.
first thing I say is, if you see a shitstorm is coming, just tell me right away.
Yeah.
This is the only
Yeah.
rule. Only rule.
Yes.
Whether there is something wrong, tell it right away. And that's a communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, great messages for the end of this episode, but since we started with
And-
the female leadership,
Okay,
we've
let's
been
end it up
talking for
because
45 minutes, believe it or not. But since we started with female leadership, I would just like you two to share some kind of advice with our female viewers who may want to join hospitality industry in the Middle East. Ivana, you've been here for 1 year, right?
1 year.
And you've been here longer, Stasha. So
15. Almost.
15 times more, right? Yeah. So what advice would you give to somebody who is, let's say, 19 or 20 years old coming to the Middle East for the first time, a female, alone, without anyone else?
Just
Like I
go
did,
for
actually.
it. Just go for it.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, honestly, what I like to say, and I say it very often to everyone I meet, is like, don't take no for an answer. If you believe in certain things, if you believe in yourself, in a certain idea or a dream or whatever, then do everything you can so you make that no or maybe or not sure into yes. That's very important. I really feel that many people come, they somehow put limitations for themselves, being afraid of certain no's that they get along the way, or they get shut down because they got one no. Then, that's, if you really want to do something, sky is the limit, honestly, go. Knock as many doors you need to knock. But it's very, very important to say, just be who you are. Be honest to yourself. Be honest, like what you want to do and what is your reason, what is your purpose of doing that. I feel that many young people nowadays are lacking in that segment, not being very honest to themselves what they want to do and what is the real reason of them doing that. Starting that, and hospitality is very, very tricky because we see a lot of people coming and asking for a job and wanting to join us, not because they have any intentions to stay in the industry, not because they're passionate about the industry, because for them it's just another job. And that creates a lot of problems on so many levels. But you would have these people, when you're talking to them, they will do everything to show you that they're passionate and there's something that they're not, just in order to get that job. And then from there, the second, then you would see like what is the real thing. So that's creating a bit of a problem. And as well, but on the other hand, if there are people that are really, really want to be in hospitality, they really think the hospitality is a place for them it's just they need to try to experience for themselves in order to grow. Yep. And everyone needs to understand in every job that it's always better for them to start small, to start from the beginning, to learn from the beginning, from the letter A, in order to move forward. So better to have 2-3 steps at the beginning slower, at a slower pace, and later to have your progressive a way forward, yes, rather than a way around. I feel that young generations these days, they knock at the door, they're like, I'm the manager. Like, I'm looking for a job as the manager. How old are you? 20. What did you do in your life? This. What, but.
Yeah.
So you need to be realistic with yourself.
You have to be, I always say, be honest with yourself.
Yes.
Where are you at this point of life? And so on. But in like as advice to any young person, not to give up. It's very important. If you have this idea where you want to be and what you want to do, don't give up
as
easily.
You said, go
if
for
nothing
it.
else, don't give up easily. Yeah. That's it.
I love what you said about taking a no and stop it there. There was a TikTok that I saw not long ago that says something like, if you know that you need to get 99 no's to get 1 yes, how fast would you get that 99 no's? How fast would you look for it? So never stop. If you know that that's what you want to do, just go for it, because eventually you just need 1 yes to get what you want. And I think it's very powerful.
Very well put.
Yeah.
Ivana,
Yes.
what about your advice?
Just go for it. Just go for it. We are as beings, we are impatient. And we have like fixations. I want to do this, and this is it. Try out, try. Maybe we will fail, maybe we will succeed. Never mind, just go and push. The things I liked and wanted to do when I was in college, when I was after 10 years of my work and everything, changes.
Of course.
You're changing.
Yeah.
You cannot to be a leader, to have a leadership. I'm sorry, this is not very popular, but it takes time, it takes years, and it takes experience. It's easy today to become a leader in your signature, to be a leader, to be a manager, to be whatever. But it's not good. Yeah. It's really, you get to be, I saw young people becoming leaders of their companies or whatever at very young age. This is okay. This is perfect. I really salute to that. But it takes a little bit more of time. It's pretty high, I suppose, this opinion, but it takes time, not for the company, for yourself. For yourself as well.
Yes.
20 years ago, I was 30 under 30 managers in whatever. My relation to people who were part of my team, that people I was leading, were completely different than they are today. My team today.
Yes.
Let's say, chose different people. The way I am talking to people, leading them, everything is different now, and I really believe it is better now. It is better now.
For sure, with experience.
With experience,
Absolutely.
with patience. I didn't have a patience. When I was 25. Come on, give me right away.
Yeah.
Now it's still there, but I'm controlling it.
Yeah.
Okay, like coming here, we opened an office, and I was like, okay, next 2 years, no vacation, no working hours, no life, nothing. I waited for my mother to come here to go to the beach, first time, in 9 months. 9 months. So it takes time and patience, and try, but do not give up ever. Female or male.
Such a powerful message.
Female or male, never mind.
True.
And surround yourself with the good people. You cannot choose family, but you can choose whether you will talk about it with them or no.
You can choose how much time you spend with them.
It's really important to have a support. You know, my husband has he developed really good ways of listening without hearing me. So when we are in the evenings together and it's like, and it happened this, and it happened this, and this is complete nonsense to him. He doesn't understand. He doesn't know what is follow-up. He doesn't know what is an event. What is this? What is this? DDR. But at the end of the day, he's like, really, are you okay? Yes, he learned by the sound of my voice without listening to do, really? Oh. And this is important. At the end of the day, I'm okay. I spilled out everything. I have a support. He's there. My family is there. I have friends from Serbia. I'm still developing social skills here. But in the end of the day, this is also very important.
Of course.
This time, for females especially, there is the difference.
That's
there
amazing.
is a difference.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
all the messages.
There's so many things to say.
Yeah, there
I
are
want
so
to
many
say more.
things to say. But it just feels natural to also just quickly share that our CEO, Željana Babić, we were friends from a very young age. We were 7 when we met each other. Actually, she was 6, I was 7, something like that. And I remember she came to the Middle East, to Dubai, when she was 19 or 20, pursuing her dream. And now she's a CEO of awarded Xenios Academy, still picking up some new awards. We're not gonna tell more about that now, but it's super exciting and it's super big and it's all global. So it just feels natural to mention her.
And she's an example of what we were talking about, surrounding yourself with people that support you, because she shared the vision and then create the culture within the team. And that's a perfect example of how we are building what we build.
Just sorry now for interruption. We had an event in Egypt. No, not Egypt, Kuwait. So it's really more traditional than here. Our partner, we did an event for him. He brought his daughter. She's 15 years old. She brought his daughter to the event. And she brought her to help me to learn the job. He's paying me for the job. But he brought her daughter to work with me, to learn, and to connect with all the partners to meet him. This is the support. He is raising a young female leader. And she took it really seriously. She's 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, in the meantime, while we were packing the gifts, we were talking about Harry Potter. So I don't want to speak about myself adoring Harry Potter in 44 and connecting with the girl with 16 years old about Harry Potter.
But as it happened.
But when I was 16, I wasn't there. My family, my mother, and they worked in public service. Father was something else, but the nurturing her. This is the support female leaders, especially in a little bit more conservative areas like this one. This is something I'm like perfect.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. We are unfortunately limited with time, so we need to end these discussions here.
Why are you doing this
this
to us?
is just, I believe this is just like 3rd or 4th episode of Hospitality as it is, and we hope to last for many more years.
Yes.
So I'm sure we're going to have you both again.
Promises.
Yes.
Thank you,
so
Marco,
much.
also.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you
you,
were
guys.
amazing as well. Thank you for making us feel good and at home here with you.
I have a lot more numbers, so for the next time, please give me. I put my
Of
notebook
course,
here.
I already have
So-
some ideas when we
Okay,
finish.
so much numbers.
Let's go. Right. Thank you so much once again. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And guys, thank you for following Hospitality as it is again. And as we always promise, we'll be back very soon in the next episode.
Thank you so much.